Welcome back to Technosurgeon YouTube channel. So AMD's event for CES has been just gone down and we have lots of information to talk about. Starting with Ryzen 7040 series, which comes with Ryzen 9 7940HS, which comes with 8 core 16 thread 5.2 GHz boost clock, 40 megabits of cache and 35 to 45 watts TDP. Ryzen 7 7840HS, 8 core 16 thread, Ryzen 5 7640HS, 6 core 12 thread with boost clock of 5.1 and 5 GHz respectively, and 35 to 45 watts TDP, and it's shipping on March 2023, March 2023. It has 30 plus hours of video playback and it has its special Ryzen AI cores where it is powerful enough to do computation in AI dedicated workloads. As you can see on the screen here, this is the performance of Ryzen 7940H CPUs. Along with it, they released 7045HX series, which also goes up to 16 cores and 20 threads based on RDNA2 graphics and stuff. It is pretty confusing nonetheless, but I will make sure to know you about it. As you can see on the screen here, it is Ryzen 7045 series, which comes with Zen 4 CPU, up to 16 core 32 threads, 80 megabytes of max cache on a 5 nanometer and 2 RDNA2 with DDR5 support. 7040 series comes with Zen 4 8 up to 8 core 16 threads, 20 megabytes of cache on a 4 nanometer 12 RDNA3 LPDDR5 RAM. 7035 series Zen 3 Plus, which is confusing, 8 core 16 thread 20 megabytes, 6 nanometer 12 RDNA2 cores and DDR5, and there's Ryzen 7030 series, which is based on Zen 3 up to 8 max 8 cores 16 threads 20 megabits of L3 cache, L2 L3 cache, 7 nanometer 8 mega cores, DDR4 LPDDR4 support. Ryzen 7020 series, which is MESC Radeon Athlon Ryzen 3 Ryzen 5 processor. It comes with Zen 2, so it is all over the place. It comes with 4 core 8 threads, 6 megabytes of total cache, 6 nanometer. It's based on 6 nanometer, 2 RDNA cores and LPDDR5 RAM memory. So Ryzen 7020 series is everyday computing. 7030 is Vasilo R, it's mainstream thin and light. 7035 series is set for premium thin and light with Rembrandt R. 7040 series is Elite Ultra Thin for Phoenix processor. And in 7545 it's extreme gaming and creator. Just go with 7040 series or 7045 series because the rest of the series, even though they are good, they might not be that powerful because RDNA2 and RDNA3 you need it. But maybe they made it in such a way because they need less power, maybe the price segments. And we have the Ryzen 7045 HX performance when you compare it in Shadow of Tomb Raider and when you compare it to 6900 HX, you get up to 17%, 17 to 41% increase in resolution. And do note they do it with this because they remove the GPU bottleneck, which is a nice thing to see. Like you get a performance uplift pretty significant. Along with it, they announced Ryzen AMD Radeon RX 7600M XT. They didn't announce 7800M XT or 7800M or 7700M. Just an entry level 7600M XT with 32 RDNA3 compute cores, 8 GB of DDR6 memory, 128-bit memory bus, 75 to 120 watts TDP, and it's on based on 6 nanometer process technology, which is a nice thing to see. And when you compare it, they compared it with RTX 3060, though its direct competition is RTX 4060, but they didn't have the card. So they just did it with 3060 and 3060, no, they did it with 3060 desktop. And in only one game it loses to Players Unknown Battleground, it loses to 3060 desktop. But when you compare it with 3060 12 GB and 6 GB, it beats in everyone. And this is the AMD Advantage laptops which it will be available in. It's come to up to Ryzen 9 1745HX and RX 7600M XT. It includes Asus ROG Strix, Legion, Alienware M18, M16, Asus TUF Gaming A15 and other laptops. Ryzen 9, they also released X3D parts and it goes from Ryzen 7 7800 X3D to up to Ryzen 9 7950 X3D, which is insane to see. Like this time you have 3 CPUs to choose from and not just one, which is nice to see. So let's just dive into the performance of one of this chipset because it starts with 8 cores and up to 16 cores, 32 threads, and everything is similar, but they have massive cache, massive L2 L3 cache. So first of all is Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. It comes with 8 core 16 thread boost clock up to 5 GHz, 104 megabits of cache, L2 and L3 combined, and 120 watts TDP. Do note the TDP has gone down significantly compared to last generation, which was Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. So yeah, pretty massive. And since it's a 3D cache, they can cache more L1, L3 cache, L2 and L3 cache on it, which is a nice thing to see. And when you compare it with Ryzen 7 5800X 3D, it beats everything and you get a performance uplift of 21 to 30% in each and every game. And do note AMD said like it gives upwards of 15% increase. And when we compare it to i9 3900K, it's only 7% increase compared to Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. So this clearly beats out, right? Along with it, they launched Ryzen 9 7950X 3D, which is 16 core 32 thread, 5.7 GHz boost clock, 144 megabytes of massive L1 L2 L3 cache, 120 watts TDP. Do note the TDP is remaining the same with those boost clocks, which is a nice thing to see. So it is power efficient, and the performance of this is massive. When you compare it with i9 3900K, you see upwards of 9 to 24% increase with highest preset and 1080p resolution, because at that resolution CPU is the only performer and GPU bottleneck is gone. So yeah, and do not like Intel has its 3900KS, but if this is the performance, KS will require more power to do it, as it gets more core frequencies from higher clocks. So AMD is winning in power to efficiency department. We also have the launch of Ryzen 9 non-X variants, and it is available from June 10. And the pricing is already, or we already knew about it. If you had subscribed to the channel, you already knew it. So first off is Ryzen 5 7600 6 core 12 thread up to 5.1 GHz boost unlocked, so you can overclock it. It comes with a red stealth cooler, which is a nice thing to see. 65 watts TDP, 38 megabits of cache, which is a nice thing. And we also have some performance metrics compared, which you can compare it to the previous generation as AMD has provided to us, which is a nice thing to see. So it clearly beats out the Ryzen 5 5600X up to 2 to 30% performance uplift. In some games, it you can see in rendering, you can see up to 46% and as low as 16%. So it's relatively good compared to other 7600X, which goes for 230 as of now. So they need to lower the price. And Ryzen 7 7700, it comes with 8 core 16 thread, up to 5.3 GHz boost clock, 40 megabits of L2 L3 cache, 65 watts TDP. Bundled, it comes with bundled with AMD Red Prism cooler, which is an RGB LED. I do not like everyone has its own cooler. If not, this is a great starting point. It and the performance uplift in gaming is up to 30% when you compare it to Ryzen 7 5800X, 6 to 30%, and in content creation workloads, it's 13 to 53% uplift, which is massive nonetheless. And the last up in the SKU is Ryzen 9 7900. It also comes with 16 cores, not 7900. It doesn't come with 16 core, but 12 core, 24 thread, 5.4 GHz boost clock, 76 megabits of L2 L3 cache, 65 watt TDP. It also bundles with Red Prism cooler, which is a nice thing to see nonetheless. And yeah, it and the performance uplift is similar to that of when you compare it to Ryzen 9 5900X. It gets up to 7% to 31% performance uplift in gaming, while 19 to 48% content creation uplift, which is a nice thing to see. Moving on, we also have some. These are the coolers which comes with bundle with Ryzen 9 7900 and Ryzen 7 7700 comes with bundle cooler, which is why bundled with AMD Red Prism cooler and AMD Red Straight cooler, low profile style. It comes with only Ryzen 5 7600, but it is nice. At starting point at 229, you get a cooler. which you need to shove $40 for it or something like that for a decent cooler. Along with it, we have this chart sheet where which AMD Ryzen 9 7900 clearly goes against i9 13900 and 12900. Ryzen 7 7700 is set it against i7 13700 and 12700, and Ryzen 5 7600 comes with is direct competition to i5 13600 and 12600. And this is what it is along with their pricing, and it will be available in just few days, which is a nice thing to see. So I know this is too much information, but AMD event was massive. So that's it from me today. What do you think about AMD event? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will meet you in the next one.